is Moco, Supercell's brand new game that I've been grinding a lot. And today we're going to share with you the best tips that I've learned so you can level up fast in Moco. And you want to level up because you get stronger and it unlocks more things to do in the game, making it more fun. Like your first goal should be to get level 15 because it unlocks PvP. So for tip number 1, it's follow the storyline and do the missions. Luna will chat with you and tell you what to do. And then to locate where your mission's at in the worlds, it's indicated by a blue banner. So you definitely want to complete these because these are the easiest way to get XP early on. It also teaches you about the game and gets you gear and stuff, but you do get hard stuck sometimes where you actually need to grind and get stronger on your own before you can complete some of these missions. I'm looking at you, Berserker. But that's where tip 2 comes in. So while you're doing the missions or playing the storylines or doing jobs, which we'll talk about in a little bit, you want to kill everything in sight or help every spirit or do whatever events popping up on the map. Now it's super tempting just to kill the monsters that are highlighted for your mission or your job, but you want to kill and do everything that you see along the way because everything drops XP for you, which helps you level up, but also they have a small chance to drop chaos cores or chaos shards. So chaos cores are going to be one of your main ways to level up your weapons and gear. They're indicated on the top left how many you have in your current session, and if you back out, it upgrades some gear for you randomly. Chaos shards are the orange or yellow ones that drop out, and they help your Moco pass come up, which also gets you XP rewards and everything like that. Now, a thing to note about Moco's XP system as well, leveling up in progression is entirely free to play. The only thing you can spend money on in Moco is skins and cosmetics. If you are buying those, use code BT1, I'd appreciate it, but everything else you gotta play, and that's why these later on tips will be helpful for you. And one last side note as well, it's okay to die if you're fighting a big boss monster. Now, I was so scared to die early on in the game, but it does not matter. You'll respawn right away and you'll be able to continue taking down that monster and get some massive XP. And even if the monster gets taken out by someone else while you're still respawning, you'll still be able to pick up the XP shards or chaos cores after, so there's no penalty really to dying early on. So tip number 3 is do your jobs and do not let them go to waste. So jobs unlock at level 9, and if you're following tips 1 through 2, you're gonna get them really quickly. They vary in tasks, but slaying monsters, protecting whatever, and it usually takes anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes to complete one. And this is another one of the most easiest and time efficient ways to gain XP, especially if you're kind of hard stuck on a story mission where you need to be stronger level. Do your jobs. So every 3 hours you're gonna get a new job, and you can stack up to 10 jobs at once. But don't let that happen really, because then you run the risk of just wasting jobs. Because let's say you did all of your jobs right now, it showed 0 out of 10. In 30 hours from now, if you didn't play a single time, there's gonna be 10 jobs ready for you when you come back. But after that 30 hours, the time starts ticking, where if you're not playing, you're not getting more new jobs, you're wasting potential XP. So whatever you have to do, set a timer, just know you're gonna play each day, do a couple of jobs, so you're never just gonna be throwing away jobs that you could be getting if you would spend 2 minutes playing to get some of them done. And you don't wanna waste jobs as well, because these are huge for leveling up your weapons. Because every 3 jobs you complete give you a chaos kit. And the chaos kit allows you which weapon you wanna upgrade, what gadget you wanna upgrade, and what passive. So it's like, you gotta do the jobs. So now if you're someone that's limited to time or can't grind long, tips 1 through 3 are all you're really going to need to level up fast and reach level 30 or an elite hunter pretty quickly. You just log on, see if you can do your story mission or complete the rift if you're strong enough. And if you're not, go and do your jobs. And if you're still not strong enough to complete your mission, you can log off for a while till more jobs stack up and then come back and play, do then repeat until you can progress in your mission and unlock more things. And it's a very efficient way to level up without a whole lot of effort. But if you have more time to grind or you want to play more or you're just addicted to the game, like myself, the rest of the video is how to maximize grinding once you're waiting for more jobs to come or you're hard stuck on a mission still. So for tip number 4, it's to use up as much of your battle XP as possible each day. It shows at the top of the portal what your current boost is at, and it resets back to 4x every 24 hours. But it goes from 4x to 3x to 2x of regular battle XP until your battle XP is exhausted. And to exhaust battle XP, it takes hours of grinding. So I want you guys to focus on at least getting rid of your 4x battle XP and 3x, because you're gonna get a ton of XP fast, and also it increases your chaos shard chances, which is leveling up your weapons. But when grinding your battle XP to make this even more efficient, we want to pair this with tip number 5, which is do your projects. So projects are like achievements in Moco. They have 3 tiers, 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. And each tier takes way longer to progress than the other. So tier 1s are going to be fairly quick grinds. Tier 2s take a little bit longer. Tier 3s take a lot of grinding. I recommend having a game plan for your projects. It's like, know the map you want to be on, know what weapon you're going to be focusing on, what gadget you're going to be focusing on, and the passives you're going to be focusing on. So kind of look what you're close to being done. So for Infested Forest here, I need to hunt knights and spitters, and I'm close to getting those done. So that'll be the map I'm going on. The weapon, I'm incredibly close to finishing Monster Slugger, so I'm going to use that. For gadgets, just pick the 3 that you're closest to being done with, or the ones that you like. For me, I just have only 3 to do left, so I'm just use those 3. And passive, passives. I only have 2 left to do, so I'm for sure going to use those 2. So I'm optimizing my grinding on the map because I'm getting projects for the map that I need, working on weapons that need projects, and also I'm focusing on getting my battle XP exhausted. So you're just working with a ton of XP stuff right there. Like I like making one of my kits just for solely for which projects I'm working on. So like I got my passives up here that I'm working on. I got all the gadgets that I need. It's not the best build of a class, but it's just what's going to help me get XP fast. And we go into the invested forest. We have this, and now we're just going to go slay monsters. You can click on the map button and you can actually see your progress of the projects while you're in the game. Just keep tabs on what you still need to do. And then when you finish one that's weapon based or passive based, I would say return home, switch it out, and go back to grinding. Now tip number 6 is kind of if you want tip number 4 and 5 to go even faster, and that is form a death ball. So death balls are basically just groups of players that form up in a group and all run around in a huge circle around the map, killing everything and slaying everything in sight. So it's a great way to take down boss monsters that maybe you're not high enough level to beat. It's a great way to farm XP and get rid of your XP boost, and it's a great way to get projects done like slaying monsters, obviously, but also passive ones like R&B mixtape with passive heals because there's a big group of you healing everyone. And honestly, I'll admit, I use death balls all the time to exhaust my battle XP for the day. It's the most efficient way I've found. How you form these is 1, have a big group of friends. Try and get your friends to join in. Share the invite code. 2, look for people streaming moco like myself or other people, because they're always going to have big groups of people. Try and get in their lobbies, join where they're at, and just stay in the death ball for a long time. You're going to get insane amounts of XP, but also look for the limited time special events that are going on each of the maps, because that's where a lot of players are going to be flocking to get those limited time events. And they're the ones that show up with the purple banner above. Like you can see Overgrown Ruins as double XP in summoning grounds, but there's also limited ones for spirit events, chaos monster events, and those limited time events are great for 1, getting XP, but also completing hard to complete projects by seeing more rare spawns and everything. So you want to take into consideration which map is having a special event and maybe hop between the maps for whatever one's going on to meet your specific needs and potentially form a massive death ball. So using all those above tips, you're going to be well on your way to grinding. But for tip number 9, this is for people that are maybe higher up and say you've done most of your projects. It's play PvP, because not everyone knows that there's XP to be had in PvP by just rising up the belt rank. And if you enjoy PvP, this is going to be a great way to do it. Also, PvP exhausts your battle XP too, so you can get bonus with that. And grinding belts isn't that particularly hard. It's a great way to farm quick XP, especially if you are just kind of want to change it up or you're sick of rifts or worlds grinding monsters. Okay, play PvP. Now for tip number 9, once you're strong enough level, like maybe you're on level 20 or higher, go back and try and beat the rifts in the dojos in a faster time, because they give a whopping 10,000 XP. So always just periodically check in and see if you're strong enough to beat these in a good time for very fast XP. Now tip number 10, it's going to be the most hard one, but it's try to play rifts with friends or people that are higher level than you, because going in with rifts with randoms, sometimes they're not running right classes, or they're not running a burst heal like with Rage Room and trying to face Berserker and no one has heals. You can't live unless you guys are incredibly over level. So it's like try and find people to play with that have right builds, high DPS builds. It's gonna make rifts a lot easier. If you can't, the best tip that I have is try and level up yourself as much as possible. Stay tuned for my guides on the rifts, but that out of all the tips is probably going to be the most hard, because I know a lot of you maybe will be playing solo. The following tips 1 through 9, you'll be able to get to that Elite Hunter program in no time, whether you have a ton of time to grind or not. Let me know though how you guys are enjoying moco. Subscribe for more. Use code BT1 and stay tuned for a rift guide probably soon.